Hi there, welcome to my channel. This is Bruce. Today I want to edit one of the panels that I did when I was in Brisbane, Australia, the story bridge. I think it was composed of about 7 shots. I'm going to show you how in Lightroom I stitched them together and then how I finished off the edit on it. So stick with me and hopefully be able to teach you something. Okay, thank you. See you afterwards. Okay, so here are the photos I took that night. This is not the same one that I showed of taking on the video I did at Cityscapes of Brisbane. Main reason being was I like the colors better in the reflection in the water than the one I did take. In the center was a muddy brown reflection off the lights. I didn't really care for it as much. So these are basically the shots that I'm going to stitch together, and I'll show you how it goes. So let's just get started. First of all, you have to take one shot. You're going to have to edit it basically to get your lens correction and all this first. Usually I like to do is take a center shot like this one here. I'll do all my basic corrections on it and then I'll merge them together. I don't just merge the straight raw files because there's vignetting in the corners and certain things aren't done right. So I want to get a nice photo image together first. Now if I use this one out of the center, what I have to do is if I right click it, go to settings, I would have to copy settings, then I'd have to select all the photos, come back, paste the settings, and then come back again, select them all, and sync. So instead of doing that, what I usually like to do is this first photo here. This was basically my test shot. The night that I took this, I set up on this one. I set up on my center of my panel. And I'll do a test shot, check it for sharpness, the histogram, everything in camera. Make adjustments if necessary. Take another shot, check it out again, and if I have to again, I'll make more adjustments until I finally got a good image for this first one. Then I'll go on to doing the rest of my shots. So this one here is basically set up for the right exposure for all of these. And the reason I set up on the center is because I find on panels, even shot in the daylight, from one end to the other end, it can change depending on the lighting and that. Like here you can see it got darker at this end, it got lighter there. I can't set up for the brightest area. So I usually like the most important area is the middle, and that's what I use my settings for. And so we got this one here. I've already entered settings here that I used when I originally did this one. And most importantly is the lens correction. Click remove chromatic aberration. Enable profile correction. They have to be done. It gets rid of any vignetting or lens distortion when you stitch it together. Okay, and then I believe I did some detail. You have that done there too. We're at 70, 30, and 30 again. So this is just basically standard editing that I've showed in the past, that we get all this. So anyway, we come back into library mode. What you want to do is now sync all of these photos to this one here. So basically, we'll select on the first image. Oops, hang on, there we go. First image and last image, we'll hold the shift key and click on it. That selects all of them, and then we can go to sync settings. You want to make sure everything is checked. You can hit check all in case there's one missing, and then just go synchronize. Now that should give all those settings right across the board. There you can see these are all it's been done. So everything's been synced. Now we'll come back to the library and we'll get out of that. Okay, now we want to do our panel. So we're going to click on the first image of our panel. We don't need this one anymore. So we'll click on the second image here, hold the shift key again, click on it, and we select all of these. And now we can either right click and go to photo merge in panorama, or we can come up here to photo and then down to photo merge panorama. And if you want to do it in Photoshop, you can come here and you can go to panorama merge in Photoshop. We're just going to do it in Lightroom today though, so we just click panorama and the machine will start working, and this may take a couple of minutes. Okay, there we are. So there's our panel. It's all stitched together. This is just a basically a preview. We have spherical view here, and then we can come down. It's always good to click through these. We got cylindrical. These are the main two I use, and I think I used cylindrical in the last one, so I don't bother with the auto crop, but I will come in here and boundary warp, and I'll just start moving that. And basically, if you have the buildings leaning over quite a ways, it'll straighten things out for you in your panel. That looks pretty good there. So now we'll just come down and we'll go and merge. Okay, and then now this should take a few minutes to do this. Okay, there we go. So I'll just click on my panel here, go to the develop mode, and there, we're all stitched together. So first thing we're going to do is put a crop in. As you can see, when I was doing my video the other day, I had said to overshoot, so we have lots of room here, lots of room on the sides, and tons on the bottom. This one we're just going to unlock, and we're just going to bring this up manually and do it. Get a nice crop here, and bring it in this way, and probably just in the sides here a bit. And bring down the top. Yeah, I'm going to put the 1/3 line just right on the bottom of the bridge there in the water. They're looking pretty good. I could probably bring this side in just a tad more. Let's see, how's that look? Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm going to leave her there. Okay, so the crop's done. And you notice I did have a lot of room to move my crop around and make that crop. Okay, so these are basically values now made up from the 7 photos that I stitched together. So I want to warm it up just a tad because the colors in the city at night are usually warmer. So we're just going to bring it up, warm it up, about there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I like that. Exposure, we're going to just increase the exposure slightly. And not too much. Yeah, that looks okay there. Okay, contrast. I'm going to give this one a bit of contrast. I don't like the -17. So we're going to come up to, give it a fair amount. And just sort of, yeah, I like that. That's looking good. Making the colors pop a bit. Highlights, I want to bring them down just a bit more. So probably, yeah, that's looking good there. Okay, shadows, I want to open up the shadows quite a bit here. And let's just see. Remember, this has already been edited once before I stitched them together. Whites, right now I'm just editing for the panel itself to get what I want in there. So whites are going to move just a little bit. Yep. And blacks, let's see. Nope, I'm going to lighten them up just a little bit. There. We'll just take a little bit of the blackness off of it. Contrast, I'm going to leave contrast. What am I talking about? My magic mouth is at it again. Clarity, I'm going to leave where it is. I want to give this a bit of vibrance though, make those colors pop. So we're going to really shoot this one up. I've known in the past, I've said usually I stay under 20, but this one I'm going to give it a little bit more. I'm going to just give it a little bit of saturation. Actually, I'm going to leave the saturation at +4 there. Okay, so that's basically it. So there's got all my adjustments done. I'm not going to do any more detail. If we come down to the detail tab, you can see I've already got the detail in it. Lens correction, as you can see, it's been checked off. So, but what I want to do is come up to the histogram, saturation, and luminosity. I like doing this on my night photos. A lot of the colors in the city at night are warm colors. So what it'll come down to is they'll come into saturation first. And, you know, I'll start with the reds. Okay, so here we are, saturation. I'll increase the reds up a fair amount. And basically I'm just, you know, warming up the warm tones in the picture. And the same with the oranges. I'm going to bring them up almost the same amount here. Okay, and as well as the yellows. So all the warm colors I'm going to bring up. So that's warmed up the picture quite a bit on the colors. Now there's a fair amount of blue in this picture as well, so I'm also going to take the blues up a bit. Aquas, I don't think I will. Yeah, about there, but I'm going to leave it around there. And there's a bit of purple in here, so I'm just going to give purple some. Usually I wouldn't give these that much, but yeah, I'm going to give it a bit of purple. But we have some purple in that in there. What you can do now, and I don't think I'm going to do it on this one, is the greens you can desaturate a bit, but it's not really doing much. Same with the aquas, not having a huge effect, so I'm just going to leave those there. A lot of times when I slide these over the other colors, I will desaturate so these ones pop more. But it doesn't seem to be having that much of an effect on this one. Now I'm going to do the same with the luminosity. Just the warm colors, I'm just going to give a bit, I'm going to move them up a fair amount again. So we're back up around 50%, yeah. And same with the orange and the yellow, so we're just going to warm them up. And yellow, we're going to take up to 50 as well. Blues, yes, we're going to give it some blues again. We'll just give it up about there. Don't want to go too high. And again on the purples too, so we'll give it a little bit more. There we are in the purples. And basically that's, should have this one. It's brought out the colors a lot. Here we'll just go up to, come over here to my switch. And there's the after and the before. You can just see how it's made those colors pop in the water and that. And there's before and there's the after. It has quite an effect on cityscapes at night when you warm up the warmer tones. Okay, so that basically is my photo. I'm going to do one more thing to it though. I am going to take this into Photoshop and I'm going to do just my autumn glow to it. It's one effect that I really like. So we just come down to edit copy in Photoshop, and then we'll switch over there in a sec. Okay, there we are. She's all opened up. Now the first thing I want to do is make a copy of the background layer. So we can just come over here, and all we have to do is Command J, and that gives me a copy. And now I'm going to do the autumn glow, and I'll, instead of running my action, I'll just do this normal way. Show you how it's done. First we'll take filter, okay, filter, and then blur, Gaussian blur. Okay, and now I use the value of 21.9. This all depends how much you want this effect to have on it. So you can have very little, like 4 or 5. You can give it a lot more. This will all determine how big of an effect this has on your photo. So with mine, I'm going to leave it at 21.9. This is where I did last time. Yeah, if I get there, we are. So we just click OK. And so it's a very simple process to do, and I really like the effect that it has. And then we just come over here to the blend mode, and from normal, I usually switch it to soft light or overlay. We'll go for soft light. There we go. Now, this is at 100% opacity, so usually that's way too strong. I usually bring it down around the 50 mark. You can back it right off and just bring it up to where you want it to be. Let's see, let's try it at the 50. And then you can switch it off and on. There's off and on. So yeah, it's a bit too strong, so we're going to just take it down a bit more. And just a little bit more. Yep. And that's not looking bad. I kind of like that. So, and then basically that's it. So we'll just flatten this. And then come up to here. And we'll go to File. And then we just click Save. We'll go back into Lightroom. Okay, and here's our finished picture back in Lightroom. Okay, let's just have a quick look at her. Okay, and there's my finished picture. Not bad. I do like the reflections in the water and that. It's extremely nice. I tell you, I love Brisbane. It was a gorgeous city. So let's get out of here, and that is it. Okay, I hope you guys like that. I also hope you picked up some hints in that, maybe how to stitch your own panels together. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. And basically I want to thank you for watching this video and supporting my channel. And until next time, take care. We'll see you. Bye.